The muscles in the forearm can be quite complex and intimidating when first looked at. There are a lot of muscles in this region, and some of them have very long names that might be intimidating at first. However, if we look at how these muscles are organized and how their names make sense, we can break it down more methodically and really start to understand how this region of our body is organized and how the muscles are named. The first thing that I do as I look at the forearm muscles is identify the brachioradialis muscle. Now, the brachioradialis originates in the posterior compartment of the arm, but it crosses anterior to the elbow to insert at the styloid process. And this muscle produces elbow flexion, especially in a mid-pronated position. Now, by identifying the brachioradialis first, we can start to split the forearm into two different groups. A group of muscles that originates on the medial side from the medial epicondyle at our elbow, and we see its tendons passing anteriorly down into the palm of the hand. As a group, these muscles produce flexion of the wrist or of the digits. So we often refer to this compartment as the flexor compartment of the forearm. Now, the flexors are going to be arranged in different layers. The other group of muscles, after identifying brachioradialis, are going to be found on the lateral aspect of the forearm, and these are going to be known as the extensors. So they will arise from the lateral epicondyle, or the lateral side of our elbow, and aim more towards the dorsum of the hand. And as these muscles contract, the tendons are going to produce extension of the wrist or of our digits. So the first thing to look for is brachioradialis, and then we identify, are they more anteriorly located going to the palm, or are they more posteriorly located going to the dorsum of the hand, which will tell us if they are flexors or extensors. The next thing we want to do is look at, are these tendons going to be on the outsides or the insides of the wrist? Now, if they're going to be on the outside, they often have carpi in the name, or they're going to be going to a digit in the midline. So here we can see that some of these are going to be coming towards the wrist, and their name will have carpi in the name. If they go to a digit, they're going to have digit of some form in their name, or they may go to the thumb and have pollex in their name. So as you look at the target of each of these tendons, it will help you identify what is the name of that structure. Next, what we want to do is verify if these tendons are going to be on the radial side or the ulnar side of our forearm. So we've evaluated what is their target. Does it go to the wrist, to a digit, or to the thumb? And now we're evaluating, is it on the radial or lateral aspect of our forearm, or the ulnar or medial side? Now, as the forearm can rotate, you may want to use a reference like the thumb to help you identify if this is the radial side of the forearm, and the pinky to help you identify if this is the ulnar side of the forearm. The last thing that we want to check is, does it have a long or a short tendon? And this will help you with the last of the names, which is brevis or longus. Now, a longus tendon is going to have a longer route or a longer length of tendon than would a brevis. So brevis means short, longus means long. And that will be again related to the length of the tendon. So before worrying about the actual individual names, break it down and look for, is this on the anterior side as a flexor? What is it affecting? And does it have a long or a short tendon?